Raiders!
Welcome back to RJTV.
This week, a look into the Ignatian family teaching for justice, a message from Sources of Strength, and your Raider sports update.
All that and more this week on
RJTV.
We hope you had a brilliant week.
There's been a lot going on around Regis this week.
From Martyrs Crossing wrapping up, and then to an incredible boys soccer season and the final games for girls volleyball and rugby.
We really showed up and showed out. Thanks to all your support for your fellow Raiders, we've earned Raider Days for every Friday for the rest of the semester.
Good job, everyone.
Let's give one last shout out to the cast and crew of Martyrs Crossing.
Did you go and see it?
I did. It was fantabulous. They did so good.
Congratulations on 4 amazing performances.
Another big event this week was the signing day.
Congratulations to the 16 athletes who committed their future to college athletics.
Congratulations to Natalie Shellhorn for committing to softball.
Corinne Watts for committing to basketball. Addie Wallach for committing to soccer.
The 4 boys lacrosse commits.
The 4 girls lacrosse commits.
And the 5 girls swim and dive commits. We are so proud of you.
And sticking on the topic of sports, here's Maddie and Alexandra with your Raider sports update.
Hey Raiders, I'm Maddie Nuttall.
And I'm Alexandra Miller. This is your weekly Raider Sports Update.
We had many of our fall teams wrap up their amazing seasons this week.
Boys soccer had an amazing run in the state tournament. After beating Liberty 4-1 in the Elite 8, your number 9 ranked Raiders made it to the semis for the first time in 4 years.
After a hard-fought game that went to 2 overtimes and penalty kicks, your Raiders season came to an end.
We're so proud of your incredible season, making history at the Jesuit Classic and winning the Continental League. Great job, boys.
And after they eliminated Eagle Crest in the regionals last Saturday, your girls volleyball team wrapped up their season against Valor. Congrats on your great season, ladies.
Also on Saturday, girls rugby hosted the state championships at Lauber Field. They took 5th place, including senior Erin Croak scoring 3 tries in 1 game.
We're so proud of you ladies. Special shout out to our Palms team, who took 1st place in both Palm and Jazz in the USA Colorado Regional last Saturday.
Both them and Cheer competed at the Continental League Championships this past Wednesday and yesterday. Cheer took 2nd last weekend at their first competition of the season. Great work, teams.
We still have one final fall sport remaining, and we need all of you to show up and show out to support them.
Tonight, your football team is hosting Grandview in the 2nd round of the playoffs.
Get your red out gear on, and get rowdy, Raiders. Well, that's all from us.
Back to you, Manus and Francis.
Thanks, Maddie and Alexandra. And yeah, huge shout out to the boys soccer team. They're such a great group of boys, and they played so hard this season. So proud of you boys.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes is holding an athletic equipment drive through next Friday. Bring in gently used equipment such as balls, cleats, and pads.
Drop-offs are in the GD Glass Box and the BD Tradition Hall.
Hey Manus, did you enjoy watching the Homeless But Human documentary last night?
I did. It was so informative, and learning more about the people who experience homelessness is something we can all do, especially as we approach another Colorado winter.
The Arupe Club is asking everyone to bring in gently used clothing, especially winter clothing.
As we approach Thanksgiving break, it's important to take care of your mental health and take a minute to think about what you're thankful for.
On Monday and Tuesday, Sources of Strength will have a table in the Steel Center, giving you a chance to share what you're thankful for. In case you didn't know what Sources of Strength is, here they are.
We are Sources of Strength.
We are a group of diverse students
and adults from many corners and cultures of our school and community.
We believe that life has ups and downs.
That all of us will go through good times and tough times.
Our mission is to ensure that during the rough times,
no one gets so overwhelmed or hopeless that they want to give up.
Our mission is to spread hope,
and strength
into every corner of our community.
Our mission is to help students and staff
turn to their strengths and their supports that are all around.
We are connectors to help and strength.
Our mission recognizes that our voice has great power, and we use it to
break the silence when someone is struggling and to connect them with the help they need.
We spread hope by focusing on stories of
strength rather than on stories of trauma.
We know our most powerful impact comes from our personal action,
conversations,
and messages that use our music,
our art,
our writing,
or our activities,
our social media,
our culture,
and our voice.
This gives life to our efforts. We are sources of strength.
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 Thanks, sources. Francis, this is the first time you've been on RJTV since you went to the Ignatian family teach-in. How was it?
It was amazing. I loved the conference and it was such a great experience. Alexandra and I documented it to share with you. Earlier this month, delegates from the junior and senior classes went to Washington, D.C. for the 27th Annual Ignatian Family Teach-In for Justice.
The Ignatian Family Teach-In is the largest annual Catholic social justice gathering in the United States. Jesuit high schools, universities, and organizations come together to learn about advocacy and social justice issues such as environmental stewardship, criminal justice reform, and immigration reform through the lens of Catholic social teachings. Not only did the delegates attend the conference, meet with our representatives on Capitol Hill, but we also visited several incredible monuments, memorials, and museums while exploring and experiencing the city. We discovered hole-in-the-wall restaurants, met students from other schools, and connected over bonfires. The rest of our time together was spent learning about American history. Visiting the memorials of significant historical events helped to show us the message of this year's conference, that we are boundless, unified in difference, and beloved, working for justice as witnesses to that love. Our advocacy does not go unheard, and by dedicating ourselves as men and women with and for others to service and advocacy, we can make a difference on the future of our country and the world. The Ignatian Family Teach-In for Justice was an incredible experience and opportunity. It taught us about the injustices of today and how our faith inspires us to effect change. This is Francis Sullivan and Alexandra Miller for RJTV.
Wow, that looks so cool. I'm glad you had fun.
Definitely. It was so much fun. Hey, Manus, are you going to the mother-daughter 80s bash this weekend?
Funny enough, I'm not, but I know it's tomorrow from 6 to 9 p.m. in the GD cafeteria.
Well, that's all we have for you this week.
We'll be back next week with a special gratitude-filled episode of RJTV.
See you later, Raiders!